of practice under your belt, got to see your guys in shells play. Well, what are just some of the overall impressions you've had of your group?
Well, I think number one, we've got a lot of guys that are hard workers, guys that are excited about the brand of football we're bringing, excited about going to work with each other every day. And the thing I'm finally getting to see now that we're running plays and doing some things, I'm seeing how athletic we have. That some of those guys, or a lot of our guys are. We've got a lot of big, powerful guys that can run, and so that's always an exciting physical traits to be able to go in and work with. And now we're just working to gel together and get everything done for communication and working now the physical part of it.
So you're the offensive line coach and the run game coordinator. Can you, I guess, tell us what that means in layman's terms? Like, what are some of your responsibilities?
Yeah, just number one, implementing run game schemes, breakdowns when it comes to the weekly installs and the weekly game plans. Working with tight ends and running backs and the O-line, doing group work together, whether that's during walkthrough time or during, inside run and things like that. But just helping develop the script for the run game throughout practice, throughout the week, and then just coordinating with the running backs coaches, tight ends coaches, and everybody involved in anything that may be run game specific.
What's your, I guess, overall observation of the offensive line so far? What have you seen out of those guys, and what are some of the expectations you have of that group?
Well, my expectation number one is to play clean football, and that starts with assignment sound, being great technique and fundamental guys, being hard workers, guys that are going to finish every single snap. We're going to go one play longer than the defense, and that's got to be our mentality, that +1 mentality. And, and so far I've seen that, and those guys are athletic, they're big. We're just working right now to work our combos, to work our communication, to just start to get the intricacies of the offense down. We spend a lot of time on just the who to block and what to do, but now it's the how. And the actual process of doing. So we're excited about that. And today was day one with our shoulder pads on to really start that journey.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks.
Hey, Greg, you're up.
Coach, how you doing?
Good.
Coach Traylor actually mentioned to me a couple months ago that within your role that you might be able to have a say in like 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 play calls or things like that. What is within a game day your role as the run game coordinator? How does that work on game days?
Yeah, I think obviously game day specific. We're going to be in there after the week is over, and we're going to be, with Coach Lunny. I'll be sitting down with him and making sure as we get into a game, actual script or a game, that we're going to have our top runs for formation, for everything. And obviously Coach Lunny will have that all down. But then in the actual flow of the games, that's going to be my job to see if there's a blocking scheme adjustment, if there's some sort of, we need to go to a different play, maybe if we need to do some different formation, maybe add a receiver motion in, do whatever we need to do, especially talking short yardage. But, the game day operation of me is really going to come down to making adjustments, seeing sometimes, you plan sometimes one week for something and you get majority of something else, and you just got to be able to make those adjustments and make sure your guys are ready to be able to go out and execute.
Are you comfortable with overall how far along you guys are in the offensive install? Do you have to scale it back at all, given that you kind of didn't have spring and things of that nature?
Well, Coach Lunny does a great job of taking his time and making it to where our guys have that ability to process and to get some information in. Now, we got a lot of meetings via Zoom and things, and I'm very proud of our players. If you probably would have asked me how much are they going to retain through all these Zoom meetings, I was I was pretty hesitant about it. But when we were able to get back out and do our walkthroughs a few weeks ago, I was very pleasantly surprised, and those guys did a great job of taking ownership and learning that stuff. And we were able to at least be past our base stuff a little bit once we started going. So I was excited for that. But Coach Lunny does a great job of putting us in a position to where our guys get a chance to see it, feel it, walk it, and then go out and execute it.
What's your impression of Spencer Burford? How does he fit into the offensive line picture for you guys?
Well, obviously, physically a very, very talented young man. Mentally, got a high IQ. So obviously, he's got a lot of the traits there that a great offensive lineman need and desire. And so, very excited for him to just see. The thing is no matter what kind of work I give him or things I, challenge him to do. And him and I have had those communication, for this year as far as what we want to see him do to take the next steps. The great thing is he puts that same type of pressure and that he holds himself up to a high standard. And so, anytime you have somebody that's self-motivated and holds himself up to a high standard, especially when you add, a very talented individual, you have a chance to put something together special. So we've got our things that we're going to work on this year and take his game to the next level, but very excited for what's going to be his future for sure.
Is he still working at guard, or is there a potential for him to play tackle for you guys?
Yeah, he's actually moved out to left tackle for us right now. So, that's a great skill set for him. He's long, he's athletic, he's rangy, and again, high IQ out there for us. So it's being able to have our tackles up and seeing what's going on and helping with communication. So he's been playing left tackle right now for us.
And you guys also have Jalen Gallimore coming back. What's been your impression of what he's brought to the table?
Well, Jalen's, I've told him he's the old wily veteran. So, I know he's had some, obviously a horrific injury there with his knee and just getting himself back. But he's done a good job from this summer of getting back in shape and giving himself a chance to go out and compete this camp. And so, just getting back in the flow of things. When you miss ball that long for injury and things, you're just kind of working yourself back in and being comfortable with your own body again. And I think he's a little bit by a little bit doing that. And so now it's just kind of getting the plays and moving forward, but definitely excited about having somebody like Jalen who's played a lot of ball in his career.
Overall, what's it been like with all the different protocols and precautions in place? How has practice been going from that perspective?
Well, I'm very excited, number one, between Dan and Nick, our training staff, and all the things that they put into place. Obviously, the education and letting us know how to do things, what to do, what our protocols are, just being transparent with that. But everything's been smooth. Our guys have handled it very maturely. I think that's the great thing about you always want these young kids to grow up and be more mature and stuff like that. Well, this is their opportunity to show the world basically that they can be mature and they can handle these things. And they've done a great job with the distancing and wearing masks and following the protocol that they had to follow with the training staff every day. But besides putting on a mask inside or whatever, other than that, normal for what we got to do, just keep our distance and stuff. But no big deal for us, that's for sure.
Do you personally feel safe with the prospect of having a college football season, or how do you evaluate it at this point?
Well, I feel safe because I feel like the health professionals that are leading this and have set the parameters for what we need to do to keep us safe are great protocols. And like Coach Traylor preaches here, I mean, this is just, our chance to bubble our team. And, it's tough at times when you maybe don't get to see it. I know my mom was going to travel down here, from Kansas, and I haven't been able to see my family this summer and things like that. But with what our health professionals have done and our training staff and the leadership they've given us, I feel like they've given us a chance to be very, very safe.